Well, welcome back, everybody. Never gonna believe it. We got head gaskets. We even got 1057s, the right number this time. So, figured this beautiful day, since I can't find any work to do, I will put the heads on and the rocker shafts and do some more cleaning and maybe the valve covers and see if all the oil comes up here like it's supposed to. I don't know if my drill has enough, but we will see. It's supposed to go up onto the rockers. But yeah, I have to cheat. I know a lot of guys know this torque sequence by heart for the big block Chevy. I don't. I got me a cheat sheet. And we're using ARP studs. I feel I need to say this a few times. We do not run a cooling system. The water jackets are filled with lead shot. No cooling system. No cooling system. Okay? So I will not be putting thread sealant on the studs going into the block. There's no need in this case. We'll just put the ultra torque on the threads, screw them down in there, and they will be golden, good to go. All right. I know most of you know all this stuff. Most important part, lube the threads going into the block. That's actually in parentheses in this one. Wonder why. Anyways, lubricate the nuts, lubricate the washers. 3 equal steps to get to an 80 foot-pound final torque. I feel 30, 60, and then 80 would be fine. Could probably get real technical and do like 27, 52. Yeah, no thanks. No thanks. All right. Let's get after it, shall we? Pitter patter, let's get at her. So this head stud kit is specific to the Brodix Headhunter heads, and because of these two. They're not long, they're not short, they're right in the middle, and it fits over here, and then one far on that side. I don't know why they did that, for clearance or to promote oil drain back. It's something along those lines. But yeah. Says just put these in hand tight. Well, that's what we'll do. Obviously, if you got a bunch of junk and whatnot, it wasn't cleaned well, use a thread chaser. Yeah. But these are clean. They will screw in by hand. I know I've already been playing with them. Anyways, let's get this done and get it torqued, shall we? Like me, make sure you put them in the right spot. Ultra shorts, longer ones, medium ones, and then with the Headhunter heads, these two out here are like intermediate, because that's how the heads are designed. I'll do a little cleaning up, set the gasket on, and then the head. Let's set the head gasket on it. And I missed a spot. Always do. Ooh, look at that. Shiny. Not really shiny, I guess, but there we go. There we go. Slide down on there. Yeah, the girl. Lines up everywhere just nicely. Okay. Suppose we set the head on it now. Ugh. Maybe do a little cleaning on it too. Sure is a lot of cleaning involved with a engine build, I tell you. All right. Get her nice and clean, give it the most fighting chance we can here. That looks better. That looks better. All right. Yeah. Boogada boogada. And there we go. Slide her on down there. Just like it was supposed to be there. Very nice. Very nice. Use this cardboard here to get the washers and all ready to go. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, 15, 16. 16. That should be good. See if I can keep some of that ultra torque off my hands here. Probably not. That stuff gets everywhere. Let's get these washers put on. on snugged and lubed. We said we torque them down. Got my cheat sheet handy. First step is going to be 30 foot-pounds, which is almost nothing. There we go. There we go. 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Right, next step will be 60. Same procedure. Or sequence, I guess. Final will be 80. All right, so got those all torqued down. Got the rocker arms all cleaned up. The rocker stand cleaned up. A couple notes here. Those are the bolts that hold these rocker stands down. They're 7/16. They torque to 35 to 40 foot-pounds. We're going to go 40. And then these hold the rockers to the stands. They torque 15 to 20. We're going to go 20. I just wanted to touch on it here. These bolt holes, they go right into the intake runners. So you want to make sure you seal them up. I put this stuff on the threads. I know there's a lot of different products out there, but those work well. And then just a note, when we put the intake down, they come through right here. So we will be sealing those as well on the threads. That'll keep all the vapors in there and not sucking oil up into your intake manifold and burning it. All right, let's get her done. Don't pay attention to the spacers and stuff I use. They're going to be different on yours, obviously, when you set up your rocker arm geometry, if you even need them at all. So get these torqued down. Top 4 anyways. All right, so now we can put push rods and rocker arms on. But first, I want to put just a little bit of assembly grease right here on the tip of the valve. That'll be the absolute last place that gets lubrication, so that'll definitely help a smidge anyways. Yeah. Turn on the cam. As I go through these, I'm going to set the lash as I go. Seems like a good way to do things, a gooder way maybe, I don't know. You don't want to use the bolts to pull them down. It's really hard on components. I don't think that's the right size, but it might be. It is. Ooh, that needs to be cleaned off. Yeah. Offset right. Yep. Go to your home. There you go. Lines up right like that. And these will get torqued to 20 foot-pounds. Right there. We're setting the lash at 18 thousandths. 4 thousandths tight, but after breaking and everything, we'll get them right where we want them. That one's taut. All right. Fine. Got this. Oh, we got that right there. Okay, there's that. I believe that's a 1/2 inch. Right. 3/16 feeler gauge. Right about there. Yep. Get this one done now. That's a little loose for my liking. Let's try that. Yep, that feels good. All right, guys, I'm going to get the rest of these finished up. That's what I'm talking about there. Offset right, offset left, right, left. The exhausts are all straight. There's our ratio, 1.75. So I'm going to get the other head put on and rocker assembly put together, and I'll bring you back when we prime it up and see if we get oil all the way up on top. All right, guys, we got her all together and got it spun up. 45, 50 pounds on the drill. It probably took 10 seconds to get it up here, and every one of them is oiling just like they're supposed to. So pumped. They're all oiling the cam and the roller down there just beautifully. I'll go ahead and spin it up again. It makes a little bit of a mess with no valve covers, but Go do the other side. See, drippy, drippy. That's exactly what we were looking for. All right. Suppose we'll throw the valve covers on it and we'll call it for tonight. Look at that. Sunset's up here. Amazing. Well, welcome back, everybody. I walked out this morning and I'm just not feeling these valve covers. They're aluminum. But, yeah, I think we're going to paint them and give them a little new luster, if you will. Got this one scuffed up over here. Get some primer and some paint on her. And what else we do today? Got this put up into the cherry picker. So now we have a swivel hook. Well, yeah, we're going to do that and we'll show you what they look like here in a few. Well, we just about got both valve covers painted. That's what it looks like on there with the black hardware. I think that was a good call. Then on over here, we got the master cylinder, the new one. Got it on, and the bench bleed it. I just bolt it to the firewall, use the bleeder, push the pedal. Just seems like it's easier that way. I don't know. Maybe it's not, but just one less step, I guess. And then under the dash, we still have a lot to do under here. Don't be scared, it's pretty dirty under here. Let's see if I can get up under here. So we got the pedal hooked up. I had to make the rod a little bit longer. There. And then that one there. Come on, right there. I had to adjust because the support plate for the master cylinder for the clutch. So I decided to adjust that rod right there. And then still got a bunch of wiring and stuff to do. I'm really putting it off because I don't really enjoy it. Pretty damn good at it, but I just really don't enjoy it. But that's where we are. Got my mess to clean up. We got the brakes all bled. What else did I run into today? Yes. So the new bolts, if I can find them here. There they are. Focus. Are too short. So Amazon had the ARPs. There's the old ones. They are a little bit longer. That's a new, that's an old. But got ARPs, it'll be here in the morning. Get the clutch all bolted up and put in truck. I know, I've been saying that for a long time now. But we're gonna get it in the truck someday. I really want to hear it run. I don't know if that'll happen tomorrow or not, but regardless, that's where we are. And we'll be back on it in the morning. Well, happy day, everybody. Got the valve covers put on. Got them painted up. I'm pretty happy with how they turned out. Unpopular opinion, but I don't like the polished and the chrome look. Just not my thing. Spud over FIE, he recommended this starter, so we're going to give it a shot. Got it on there. We're going to get it off the stand and set it on the ground, put the block plate on, block protector plate, flywheel and clutch. And if you do this enough, I don't care what you're working on, should probably get you the metal spline tool. These make life so much better. But I suppose we should get to it, or it won't do it itself. Kind of wish it would. Okay, we got the block plate setting in place. I run one bolt in it. All these extra bolts, you have to clamp it to the bell housing all the way around. We gotta take a measurement with the starter after we get the flywheel on. I'll show you the bolts we got for that. We gotta throw in the pilot bearing, that little doodad there. Yeah, steel and race driver, persuader of your choice, and then just pound her home. Okay, so there's the flywheel. Got to go on. Try to line up the dowel hole right there. If you don't, this is not a perfect centric drill pattern or bolt pattern, so it won't fit. These are the bolts I went with, ARP Pro Series, because they got that little shoulder right there. Gets rid of all the slop between the holes. Of course, as always, lots of ultra torque. These torque down to 85 foot-pounds, not 60, 85. So we'll get this run up on there. And then we got to measure the distance between this and the flywheel and make sure we have enough clearance there, and then check the engagement. Alright, well, we had the starter installed and we had way more than 3/16 of an inch. We should have a 1/16 to 3/16 clearance. We had more than that. So we had to pull the shims out. This one here rides on top of the bearing, and that piece rides in the mounting block. This one just fits up there. So we remove those, and that says that'll give us 60 thousandths of an inch. I don't think that's going to be enough, but hopefully it gets us real close. So we'll assemble this back together. This is just 3 bolts, 3/16 Allens, and just put it back the way it was and throw it back up in there, and we'll measure it and see what we get. Oh, today we are back. I had to call the MSD tech line, and currently my instructions, which are brought there, are outdated. They have changed it up. They say as long as you have a minimum 16-inch clearance between the front of this doodad, the pinion, and the ring gear, you're golden. They're more worried about engagement. You want a 1/4 inch to 3/8 of an inch. I have 255 thousandths, which is just a smidge over 1/4 of an inch. And as it wears, it's going to increase or gain. So we got that figured out. I needed to go find me a paper clip and make sure we've got enough clearance on the mesh. I think we do, but I got to do that. I'll show you how to do that, and then we'll put the clutch on. Well, should we install clutch? We should install clutch, I guess. We got the mesh set. I ended up taking both shims out of the starter there, but it's there, and it's like they said it should work. So we're just gonna leave that alone. Okay. So where'd it go? I got my float plate here. It goes there, but we gotta put one disc behind it. So we'll get a disc and this, and then another disc. And the discs are going to move, so I guess those are the only pieces that don't really matter in this whole scenario. There we go. Come on. Spline together. Everybody spline together. There we go. See if we can clean those up a smidge first, maybe. Make it a little more enjoyable. Come on. Well, good heavens. What are we doing here? Okay. We got that one. And then we got the float plate. And then we'll put the other disc on. Well, that one slid together just fine. It's fine. Great heavens. Oh, well, come on. There we go. That's there. That's there. That's fully engaged there. Something like that. We've got these shimmed out already for the thickness of the clutch and the pressure plate and all that. We got a little play there. Nothing crazy, but we'll get that dealt with here in a moment. We got two little, they put punch marks there and yellow. And our pressure plate has the same marks right there. So, got our nuts right here. We're going to put a little dibby dabby of Loctite. A dab will do ya. Right there. Right there. Basically all of them. You know the deal. Right there. And right there. Now we'll set this up on there and see if we can't maybe get it to go together. I don't know. What could possibly go wrong? Yeah, I know. We're not supposed to ask that. Heaven for Betsy's. Come on. Come on. You little stinker. Okay. See if we can't maybe get a couple of them started. They don't have no torque specs on these, so I don't know. Good and tight like the Germans, use it. So how I do this is, you got up and down movement. I try to just split it. However much it moves, just try to get it right in the middle when you start tightening things down. And, you know, there we go. Oh, for heaven's sakes, come on. There we go. There we go. There we go. Got one down here. And I feel like we're missing the very bottom one, which is right here. Okay. So up, down, up, somewhere right in the middle. We'll see if we can buzz some of these tight. Yep. Where did it go? There we go. Okay. Give me the socket back. So as we tighten this down, what we're doing is engaging the pressure springs on the plate here, and it's sucking itself in. So if this was brand new, there'd be blocks under here, and it would just go on real nice and just tighten them up, and then you pull the blocks out. I think we did good there. That slides in nicely. Well, come on. There it is. I'm going to check it with the actual ratchet. When I replaced these bolts, I went with UHS rated bolts, which is 14.9. Pretty stout stuff. Still, no tech spot. No torque specs. Yeah, that one's good and tight. Yup. 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 One more. Down here on the bottom. Yep. Okay. That's good to go. I guess we should put all of this in there. But I got to clean up the floor so the cherry picker will roll nicely. All right. We got the motor holding devices bolted to the motor. Suppose that we should put in the truck. Get in the truck. Okay, I guess I got to do it. Well, the length of the list is long yet, but it feels really good to have her sitting in there and bolted to the trans. No bolts in the motor mounts yet. We'll get there. We still got to do all those. That's part of the wiring debacle that I have been putting off because I just don't want to do it. Starter fits down there real nice. I'm hoping we don't have a clearance issue here with the dipstick. Only need like a centimeter of clearance, right? That'll be fine. So that's going to be all for this weekend. We'll get back on it. Got a short week. And then be back on it Friday. I don't know if we'll get it running next weekend or not, but we will get closer than we are right now. I've still got to go through and clean up the manifold. Ow, there's a weight box there. And leak down the barrel valve. And put that on. And that'll totally seal it up. I need a couple fittings for the oil pressure sensor. And I got to put all the bolts in the scatter shield yet. But yeah, it is in there. It is in there. One step closer. Progress is progress. Hey, I appreciate y'all watching if you made it this far. And if you wouldn't mind hitting the subscribe button, I'd really appreciate it. And we will get this thing going someday. I appreciate it. Y'all have a fantastic day.